If you're tired of doing the same old exercise routine, now may be the time to pick up a new sport. A new class is being offered that lets busy adults go from beginner squash players to competitors in just 4 weeks. The program kicks off this week at the T Squash Academy in Fairfax. There is absolutely no experience required, and this looks like a lot of fun, guys. Joining us now to talk all about it is T Squash founder Neil Tu. Neil, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we were just kind of talking, and I said, how did this all get started? Neil played squash in college at Harvard. So you came here to Cincinnati, you decided there really isn't a community for squash, so you got the T started.
Well, I grew up in Cincinnati, and there was a great program at the Cincinnati Country Club that was sort of like the pioneer of the sport. But I wanted to broaden the access and make it available to kids across the city in public schools and private schools. So we sort of were bringing the next level to the sport.
And now you have a couple hundred people interested in this sport and really thriving. I think maybe one of the biggest things is people don't know what it is. So talk to us about what squash really is.
The easy way to think about it is like a combination between tennis and racquetball. It's kind of racquetball in a lined court, slightly smaller. It's the external lines that sort of make the difference between squash and racquetball. And it was developed in England in the 1800s and is pretty widely established internationally, but very undeveloped in the Midwest and the United States.
So tell me about this 4-week program that people can get on board with.
So we like to say at the T we're trying to build an athletic community from the ages of 5 to 65. In our first 3 years, we focused on the ages of about 5 to 18, and we did 0 to squash for the ages of 5 to 18. We take people with no background whatsoever, we teach them how to play the sport, and we've created a very vibrant community of young players. Well, now we want to broaden our community from the ages of 25 to 65. There are not that many people who play squash in Cincinnati. We want to target the people who've never played, who might have played tennis, paddle tennis, might have played racquetball, maybe even just baseball, maybe hockey, maybe lacrosse, and we want to teach those people what a great life sport squash is. So we have this great program which takes you from 0 to the capacity to play a competitive game of squash in 4 weeks.
And when does that kick off? Is it tomorrow?
It kicked off on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Can people still get in?
But we have rolling admissions.
Good.
And all the information is on our website.
Awesome. And what's the website?
It's tsquashacademy.org.
tsquashacademy.org. You got to check this out. It looks like a lot of fun. And it's not just learning a new sport, but it's also social and really, really good exercise. Did I read it's 750 calories an hour you can burn?
True. And Forbes magazine ranked squash as the most healthy sport several years ago among all their studies of sports. We like to say that for kids and adults, it's a great physical and social sport. Physically demanding, socially engaging. Really unique that way.
Very cool. And what's the overall mission at the T?
So our driving mission, why I started it, why we have many people on our board who give their time. We're a 501c3. We have about a 20-person board of parents and grandparents and interested people who give their time to drive the organization of the T, is to foster personal development in youth through squash, in Cincinnati youth across the city. We think that life sports that demand kids a physical engagement and a social engagement are something that's really healthy to have in a child's lives, particularly in this age where kids are so digitized.
Yeah, get out there and get them active.
Yes.
Now, if somebody's sitting there on the couch thinking, that looks like something maybe my family would be interested in, but we don't have the equipment. You brought along some equipment just to show us how basic it is. So
this is Squash Show and Tell. I just wanted people to know what kind of equipment is required. This is a squash racket. You can see it's kind of like the shape of a badminton racket, but has the strength of a tennis racket, so graphite. We'll have rackets for you to try if you need to try them. These are all the different balls. We brought these because when we teach squash, we use different balls to make it easier. It's kind of like, soccer fields can be smaller and the goals can be smaller when you have beginners because you're teaching concepts. We teach concepts through different balls, even through different rackets.
Okay.
When you play squash, you need to wear glasses or ought to wear glasses because this ball can pop your eye, right? And it really hurt your eye. And then we usually have special shoes that are more grippy for the courts and also take better care of the courts. We provide all these to our 0 to squashers.
There you go.
But eventually this is the equipment that you would need. So there's not that much equipment required.
Very good. Neil, thanks so much. Really eye-opening. Sounds like fun.
Great to be here.